is, of course, they won against Inter Milan. A great match. I mean, unbelievable match. Inter Milan played really well, and they easily could have gotten this match, man. But Pep, he said it himself. It wasn't the greatest match, but they got the job done. They got the job done, man, and that's pretty much all you can do at this point. When it comes to a final, when it comes to a final, I mean, what can you say? It's you just got to go. You just got to go out there and play. You just got to go out there and play and get it done. And that's basically what it is. And Pep knew that. He admitted it wasn't the prettiest game, but they just got the job done. It kind of could. It's a little bit contradictory to what he's preached before, but I mean, it is what it is. There's really not much you can't dwell too much on it. But I will say this: the information goes like this: Pep Guardiola plans to leave Manchester City in 2025. I believe that this treble is one of the greatest things that has happened for Manchester City. He is definitely the greatest coach they've ever had, or the greatest manager. And I think that he believes his job is done. And I'm talking about 2025. I'm not saying that he's going to leave right now, but he's not going to renew with them. And Pep, he joined them in 2016 after leaving Bayern Munich. Wasn't successful at Bayern Munich as far as champions go, because that's all they worry about. All the big clubs worry about that Champions League, because they get their local leagues all the time. Premier League is one of the toughest, if not the toughest league in Europe, in the world. He was able to accomplish that many times. They wanted the Champions League, and it came with the treble that's only been done a few times. Guardiola did it in Barcelona. Also, Sir Alex Ferguson did it in Manchester United, and also Luis Enrique did it in Barcelona as well, but only been done a few times. And so I don't think he has anything else to give to Manchester City as far as he's concerned. He can win another Premier League. I don't believe they're going to win another Champions League. This was a lot of work, man, but it could be. Who knows? They got a lot of talent. We'll see if Julian Alvarez decides to leave Manchester City because he's not getting any minutes, and that's detrimental to the club. We already know that Pep does not like substitutions, and therefore doesn't give him as many minutes as he deserves. I mean, every time Julian Alvarez gets in the game, man, he is danger for the opposite. So, but that's another piece. That's a really good piece that we'll see. If he leaves, then I think that City loses a good asset. Bernardo Silva leaving, Gundogan also leaving, and I think that's going to be a big one. And we'll talk about him later in the episode as well. So we'll see what happens. A lot of players leaving, so I think it's going to be tough for City to win another Champions League. But listen, Pep, I give him until 2025. He also agreed to a 2-year contract extension with Manchester City last November, committing to his future until 2025. He would spend 9 years in the club by the time his contract ends, and I think he won his first ever champions away from Barcelona, which is a tough club to win also, but he's from there, so a lot of people that always have doubts on Pep, well, he won it because that's his home team. That's his home club. It's easy for him. Let's see if he wins somewhere else. Let's see if he wins without Messi. Well, he's done that. I'm not going to say he also had a lot of talent. Don't get me wrong. But I mean, in the Champions League where Haaland, that was the expected superstar to be able to perform, he didn't perform as well in this Champions League as they probably had hoped for, especially in the finals. And so he was still able to get the job done and manage his team to a win. But I will say this again: I think from information, there's clubs in Italy, France, and Saudi Arabia that will be keeping tabs on Guardiola once he confirms his intention to leave Manchester City. So, of course, Barcelona is going to be available in 2 years. because we don't know what Xavi is going to do, Xavi Hernandez. So no manager has won titles in all of Europe top 5 leagues, and joining a club like Paris Saint-Germain could take him closer to that thing as well, because he's won in Germany, Spain, now in England or Great Britain, Premier League, whatever. And so Paris Saint-Germain could be a next destination as well. A lot of money there, but I don't see him going to the Middle East just yet, even though they offer a lot of money. Right now they're going nuts. They're offering everybody tons of money. And we'll also talk about Lukaku, who's linked to one of those moves.